Welcome to BikeBeat. The 2025 Honda Rebel 300 deserves more than just a quick glance at its spec sheet, because what Honda has achieved here is an experience that feels greater than the sum of its parts. When you walk up to it, the first impression is how compact yet muscular it looks. The stance is low and inviting, but the wide tires and blacked-out details give it an edge that feels tougher than the numbers suggest. It doesn't scream entry-level bike. Instead, it says cool cruiser in a way that appeals to both first-timers and those who've been riding for years but want something simple and stylish. Many small-displacement bikes struggle to look like real motorcycles, but the Rebel nails the proportions. The long wheelbase, the chunky rear tire, the wide bars, and the beefy front fork all come together to give it a presence that belies its displacement. As you throw a leg over and settle in, the ergonomics immediately put you at ease. The seat is supportive, with just enough cushioning to feel comfortable but not so soft that it sags. The reach to the bars feels natural, and the mid-mounted pegs strike a balance between relaxed cruiser posture and a touch of control for more spirited riding. The low seat height, combined with the slim midsection where the tank meets the seat, makes it almost effortless to get both feet flat on the ground, which is a huge confidence booster for new riders. Even shorter riders who often struggle with taller bikes will find the Rebel to be approachable, while taller riders won't feel cramped thanks to the smart placement of the controls. Firing up the single-cylinder engine produces a sound that's deeper than you'd expect from 286 cubic centimeters. It's not going to rattle windows or scare off bigger cruisers, but it has a throaty, confident note that adds to the bike's character. The power delivery is smooth and predictable, which is exactly what you want when you're learning. Around town, it has enough torque to pull away from stoplights without fuss, and on the highway it will cruise at 65 to 70 miles per hour without feeling strained. It's not a bike for triple-digit speeds or aggressive drag racing, but that's not what the Rebel 300 is built for. It's designed to give you accessible, usable performance in the environments most riders find themselves in: city streets, suburban commutes, and relaxed weekend rides. The assist and slipper clutch deserves more praise because it changes the character of the bike in everyday riding. For a beginner, a heavy clutch pull can be intimidating and fatiguing, but the Rebel's clutch is so light you can operate it with just 2 fingers. The slipper function also means that if you're a little clumsy with downshifts, the bike won't punish you with rear wheel chatter or lockup. It's forgiving, and that forgiveness translates into confidence, which in turn translates into fun. You're not stressing about stalling or jerky shifts, you're just riding. On the handling side, the Rebel feels planted yet nimble. In slow-speed maneuvers, like U-turns or navigating through parking lots, the low center of gravity and narrow frame make it feel far less intimidating than larger cruisers. At the same time, when you roll through corners on backroads, it tracks smoothly and predictably. The wide fork and revised rear shocks add to a sense of composure, soaking up bumps without bouncing you around. Honda has clearly thought about real-world use cases: urban potholes, uneven pavement, and long rides, and tuned the suspension to handle them all comfortably. The wide tires not only look cool but also give the bike a stable footprint, further reinforcing that sense of confidence. Braking is simple but effective. The front disc has enough bite to bring the bike down from speed quickly, while the rear adds control, and the optional ABS is worth the upgrade for many riders. For new motorcyclists, ABS can be the difference between a controlled stop and a scary skid, and the fact that Honda offers it on such an affordable bike shows their commitment to safety. Lighting is all LED, and that's another area where the Rebel punches above its weight. The headlight has a modern brightness and clarity that puts older halogen-equipped cruisers to shame, and the LED taillight and signals are crisp, stylish, and efficient. It adds to both safety and the premium feel of the bike. The LCD display may be simple, but it's clean and legible, and Honda's tweak to reduce reflections makes it easier to read in bright sunlight. It gives you what you need: to speed, fuel, trip info, without distracting from the ride. Customization is a key part of the Rebel's identity. The stripped-down design isn't just for looks. It's a blank canvas. Riders who want to add saddlebags, windshields, custom seats, or aesthetic touches will find a range of Honda accessories ready to bolt on, and the aftermarket community for the Rebel is huge. That means whether you want to lean into bobber styling, commuter practicality, or road trip readiness, the Rebel 300 can morph into what you want it to be. For younger riders who see motorcycling as an extension of their personal style, that flexibility is a big deal. Another thing to appreciate is Honda's consistency with build quality. The paint, the welds, the finish on components, all of it feels solid and durable. This is a bike that you can own for years without it looking tired. And since it's a Honda, reliability is part of the package. You're getting a machine that will start every time, run for thousands of miles with minimal fuss, and hold its value well if you ever decide to move up to a bigger bike. The transferable 1-year warranty is a nice touch, but in practice, most owners will tell you the Rebel rarely needs more than basic maintenance to keep running like new. From a broader perspective, the Rebel 300 fills an important niche. The motorcycle industry often struggles to attract new riders because so many entry-level bikes feel like compromises. Either they look too much like starter bikes, or they don't have the performance to keep up once a rider gains experience. The Rebel avoids the trap. It looks cool enough to appeal to seasoned riders, it performs well enough to grow with you, and yet it remains approachable enough that a complete beginner can hop on and feel comfortable within minutes. It's not just a stepping stone, it's a bike you could happily keep as part of your garage even after moving on to bigger machines. In terms of riding experience, the Rebel 300 is best described as easygoing. It's the kind of bike that encourages you to ride more often because it's never a hassle. Need to run errands around town? It's light, maneuverable, and simple to park. Want to meet friends for a weekend ride? It'll handle backroads with a smile. Thinking about a longer trip? With a few accessory upgrades like a passenger seat and luggage, the Rebel can handle it. It's versatile in a way that many cruisers aren't, because it doesn't weigh 600 pounds or demand advanced skills just to manage low-speed traffic. If we look at its competitors, very few bikes hit the same sweet spot. Yamaha's V-Star 250 is cheaper but feels dated, with carburetors and less power. The Kawasaki Vulcan S offers more performance but comes with a higher price tag and more weight, which can intimidate beginners. The Royal Enfield Meteor 350 is stylish and affordable, but it doesn't have Honda's reputation for bulletproof reliability. That leaves the Rebel 300 in a uniquely strong position. It offers the best blend of modern tech, proven durability, rider-friendly ergonomics, and timeless cruiser style at a price that makes sense. At the end of the day, the 2025 Honda Rebel 300 isn't about being the biggest, fastest, or flashiest bike on the road. It's about being the most approachable, reliable, and enjoyable option for riders who want to start their journey on two wheels without compromise. It's a machine that gives you freedom without intimidation, style without excess, and value without shortcuts. Honda has taken the essence of what makes motorcycling special, simplicity, style, and the thrill of the ride, and distilled it into a package that anyone can enjoy. That's why the Rebel 300 continues to stand out year after year, and why the 2025 model feels like the best version yet.